Five hillbillies. Man, swine flu. I'm glad it's not really in the news anymore, but like it was pretty popular for a while there. Like when it first came around, like the Egyptians got so scared that they slaughtered all the pigs in their entire country. And at first I was like, man, that's harsh. But it turns out they're a lot happier without the cops there. So it was a wise move. Oh shit! You guys ever, when you were young, did you ever see a movie that was like, you watch it and then you just can't even like sleep with the lights off for like months? You know, it just like scares you that bad, and you're just like, why, Mom? Why did you let me watch Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? Because that movie was fucking terrifying to me, man. That shit, like, they should have been called Willy Wonka and the Death Factory. Like, where was the safety inspector in that place? It's like every turn you go across, there's like some new way to die, and it's all like colorful, and they've got songs. Like the kid gets sucked into the chocolate tube, and like they don't even freak out about it. Wonka wasn't like, quick, hit the red button that stops this shit. No, they're just like, oh, shouldn't have been so fat and greedy. Like Charlie's dad's like, gee, Charlie, remember how you asked me how a gun works? Like, oh, take a look there. Oh, fatty's the bullet. Like, just nonchalant, like, oh, yeah, kids died all the time back then from getting sucked into chocolate tubes and shot into the sky. And that girl, she eats the blueberry candy or whatever and turns into a gigantic ball. And then they're like, oh, we're just going to take her back for squeezing. Like, that's, women get stretch marks from being pregnant. Like, she blows up to the size of, like, a rock concert beach ball, and, like, she's going to be okay after squeezing. Like, fucking, she's still going to be blue. She's not, was she going to join the Blue Man group? Like, blue people don't have a lot of options, is what I'm trying to say. And that movie was ridiculous, and old man Wonka's trying to lead us to believe that those kids are okay as soon as they leave, like, this fucking crazy factory, but I'm not buying it, dude. Like, it just, you can't get shot out of a cannon or turn into a giant ball and still be all right. Anyways, that's my movie review. I don't know. The Tour de France is. You guys pay attention to bicycling? We are in Austin with Lance Armstrong and all. Woo. Okay. Well, I think it's going on still. I don't really know. I can't understand bicycling though, because why do they need to wear those spandex outfits, man? Like those, just like. I mean, is the wind resistance really that bad? I would take a little bit of wind resistance if it meant I didn't have to look like I'm about to go to the opera with Robin. Like, why are you dressed like a gay superhero? That's not like, it doesn't, I don't know. You guys are fans of bikers. Lance Armstrong, fans in the audience maybe. I'm surprised we don't see more Muslim women in the ventriloquist profession. Yeah. And I've had strange luck with women in my past, and I think it all stems from the time I lost my virginity. See, we were listening to that song by Cake, Goats Go to Heaven, Sheep Go to Hell, playing on repeat in the background. And since then, I haven't been able to go to a petting zoo without getting an erection. But I talked to my cousin who's a farmer in West Texas, and he told me that's completely normal, so I'm not entirely worried about it. I used to work at 7-Eleven, and I would have to deal with a lot of crazy different types of people. Like, this was one that stuck out in my mind, a threatening compliment person. Have you guys ever dealt with these people? Like, this person was shopping, and it's okay, you can respond. It was a question. Don't feel bad. This person was like, I was like, have a nice day. And they're like, no, you have a better one. And I was like, how do you go to, is that an insult? Or is that like, you please come again? Like, it's a tough one. I don't know. There's strange people out there is what I'm angling towards. I used to work here also before that. For 4 years, I worked at Conan's Pizza. So I've got plenty of experience getting high. Because that's what I did. Shit. I was baptized a Catholic when I was little, and I mean, I'm not anymore. I gave it up as soon as I learned how to think. But like, there's too many weird things in that religion, like too many little quirky things that they do. Like, for example, the transubstantiation ritual, which is like where you're supposed to go and eat some cracker that turns into Jesus' flesh, and then you drink some wine and it turns into his blood. But that never made any sense to me because, well, first of all, even if it was real and it did actually happen, so what? You know, it's not like you're going to gain any Jesus powers from eating his Jesus. It's not Kirby's Dream Land. We're not going to suddenly be like, oh, now I ate some crackers, I can walk on water. You know, I mean, if anything happened, you'd probably have to call in sick the next day to work. You know, like, I'm sorry, I ate some bad Jesus this weekend, and it's upsetting my stomach. Like, and another thing is, man, they have to buy those crackers and wine from somewhere. Like, you're going to be in church like, man, Jesus tastes like Ritz and St. Genevieve this week. Yeah, next week I'm going to bring some cheese to go with my Jesus. Like, it's just, there's too many wacky things, you know? I mean, I guess it's better than some of the other religions, like the door-to-door ones. Sometimes I wondered, like, who would win in a contest of most annoying door-to-door religious salesmen, the Mormons or the Jehovah's Witnesses? I think the Mormons would win because they discovered bicycles. I mean, that shit's been around forever, man. Like, get with the time, Jehovah's Witnesses. Hop on a Segway or something. Got to make up some lost ground, dude. Those Mormons are spreading. Shit. Yeah. There's this other club around town to do comedy called Kick Butt Coffee, and they had this drink there called the Ivan Drago. And I was like, the Ivan Drago, how are you going to have a drink named that? And I read the ingredients, and it was just a white Russian with a bunch of steroids in it. Ivan Drago's the bad guy from Rocky IV. So I could premise that joke. Man, you know, and I don't know if other places are just as weird as Austin is, but in Austin they have the most ridiculous, like, lawyer commercials on TV. Like, every single lawyer on TV has got to be, like, messed up in the head or something. Like, seriously, Lorenz and Lorenz, like, you seen this guy? He's a guy who looks like the kid people beat up in math class, you know? He's got these glasses, like, that could burn, like, ants, like, with the sun, you know? And it's like, that's the Lorenz they picked. It's Lorenz and Lorenz, and he's the guy they're like, you'll be our spokesmodel. Like I'd hate to see what the other Lorenz look like. And there's David Comby. You guys know that guy? You seen him on TV? He's got the ponytail. He's like, I don't look like a lawyer, but that's what helps me sneak up on him. Like, looking like he just smoked a joint at an Allman Brothers concert has never helped anybody sneak up on anybody. Like, it's not a reconnaissance mission. It's a trial, you know? There's not a lot of sneaking going on. You got Betty Blackwell. She's been running the same commercials since, like, the early 80s. Like, she's got to be 1,000,000 years old by now. Like, she'll be in court, like, citing things that never happened. I cite the case of Perry Mason versus Matlock. Like, Miss Blackwell, that never happened. Like, who's Mrs. Blackwell? Oh, man. And they got Rick McGuire, this poor guy. He's got a stroke, but he somehow was like, yeah, I'll still be on commercials. But it's hard to believe a lawyer who's constantly winking at you, you know? Like, sure, I can get you off. Like, I promise. Like, he's going to be in front of the court like, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, my defendant is a great guy. He never could have done that. Like, and my favorite, Funk and Associates, man. Funk and Associates. Dude, how can the abbreviation for associates is ass? So you're like, Funk and Ass, man. Like, that's, you gotta have balls to, like, name yourself Funk and Ass. And, you know, you gotta have balls, and that's probably where part of the funk is coming from. I'm just saying, these lawyers are crazy. So, but the point I'm trying to get across with that one. So, how hot does it have to get before you can legally kick a Hummer owner in the balls? Does it have to actually make it past 110, or is 108 enough? The heat index, I don't know. I got this uncle who's like a really bad alcoholic, and he'll, like, lie to us. You know, he'll be like, I've been sober for a week. And I was like, well, who's making your mouthwash? Anheuser-Busch? Like, it's so obvious. Like, I don't understand how people think that they don't reek of booze. Oh, shit.